Hi, lovely people. Happy Monday to everyone. Well, it's in London where I'm based. It's late afternoon now, but it's been a busy weekend and today as well. I've been doing lots of training and so haven't had a chance to say hello. I think obviously I'm going to do more batch recordings to be able to put something on TikTok, but usually I just like to do it live and go for it and see what comes up. So, hope you're all well, whoever is seeing this uh, live or later. Mind you, no, I'm not doing it live. I'm just recording and then putting it up straight away. Anyway, mm, what I've been focusing on in my own journey of healing is dealing and looking into trauma and how we might deal with that. And what is trauma? I was listening to a class with Dr. Gabor Mate, which was very informative. So I thought I'd just give a pointer about trauma, how we might be suffering from something. They say PTSDs and uh, people reacting to a situation which is totally uncalled for because at that moment nothing really was asking for that reaction, but our reaction can be so over the top. And that's why they say, well, why not look into the past and see what triggered this situation, triggered something totally unrelated. And the person who might have challenged us could be totally, have no fault, and yet we might react, we might be upset with them. So, this, I think, what for me has been the case for the past year at least, because it's been a very challenging year in so many respects. And I was doing my MIT Medical Intuitive Technique course as well at the same time. I was in Iran mainly. So many things happening with the political situation there, here, now with the what's happening in the world still. So I have been noticing that certain things suddenly make me really, really upset or angry, and I think, it's like I feel like there's a fire coming out of my head, and then I think to myself, but why? This situation really is not as big as this response. And for someone who's been a student of yoga meaning connection, meditation, both in a physical and a spiritual sense, I have that certain awareness that yes, this does not equate to that, but still, I'm sometimes caught off guard. So, what I find, and I have talked about this before, but I think even for myself, I need to re emphasize it as much as possible, only because practice makes perfect. So, what helps for me is just having that pause, just 1 second of pause to just separate the moment something happens and my emotions get like, and then breathing, and breathing helps. Breathing is one of the best ways for us, which in yoga is very important. We emphasize on that. But we naturally do it. If you are stressed, we do. And so, your mission, should you accept it, is next time something rubs you in the wrong way, just take a sigh, long breath, and see that just that moment you give yourself, that second. Say you're driving and your car is hit by someone. Rather than jumping out and starting an argument, which many people do, I have learned to just step back for a second, breathe, and then face that person or that situation in a more calm and, sort of more compassionate way. And that every time, because our nervous system has been going through so much from childhood, and if we had very wise parents and they knew how to regulate, teach us how to regulate our nervous system, because children can't do that themselves, so that's fantastic. But 99% of the time, parents were children who weren't taught how to do that and had their own emotional imbalances and everything, so they passed that to us. So I, as an adult, I'm still behaving or responding like the child whose parent might not have been very good at saying, there, you're okay, you'll be fine, this thing went wrong, but it's okay. Or allow you to cry or express yourself, but not be a victim of that situation. So if I haven't been taught that, as much as I've been working on myself, there are times that smallest things suddenly brings up all this stuff. But with this practice of breathing, of course meditation, of course yoga, of course self-healing, or going to healing sessions, or having the support system, step by step I am reprogramming my nervous system, my sort of fight, flight, freeze response, to change it back to a wholeness and sort of more wise, more compassionate response, not just for others, but for myself. Because in reality, if you say something to me and I react really harshly, which I have done in the past, and I'm sure I would do it again. It's not like I'm always on top of it, but I'm on top of it more than before. And so every time that happens, what happens? Something in me feels a bit more broken. So obviously, the more I practice that self-regulation, self-compassion, breathing, stepping back, I can be of more service to myself and to those around me, and be like a little, like starting a change, that change that needs happening in our world. When I change, the world changes. So with that in mind, I'm going to wish you a wonderful rest of the evening, and it's a special eclipse I hear. Whatever, if you're into these things or not, doesn't matter. Just care for yourself, be kind to yourself, go to bed earlier. Like, I'm saying that to myself because usually I go to bed very late. And give yourself time to breathe. Nature, as I said, nature is very important. And breathing, yoga, some sort of somatic exercises, or anything that helps you, dancing, whatever. So have a lovely day, have a lovely week ahead of you, and hopefully I see you soon. Love, light, and namaste. Bye.